Welcome back, everyone. Appreciate y'all being here today. I got a good one here for us. Today's video is about 18 cultural shocks tourists have in Japan. Now, I'm very curious to get into this one because I'm expecting to be completely different than what I'm used to. Obviously, you know, America, Europe, we're similar, not the exact same, but we're very similar, so I can kind of relate to things, kind of piece things together. But Japanese culture is completely different than it is here in the American culture. So I'm excited to hop into this video. This is by Walter's World. He does a fantastic job on the European videos we've watched. So I'm ready to get into it. Without further ado, 18 shocks tourists have in Japan.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. Today we're in Kyoto, Japan, outside the Golden Palace. And today what we have for you are the 10 things that shock tourists when they come here to Japan. And there's a lot of fun things.
Well, the title says 18, but he says 10, so I guess we'll see what he goes with.
And there's some actually quite helpful tourist information as well. But we're in a really busy section right here, and obviously not the best place to film, but how could you not start a beautiful video about the shocking awesomeness of Japan without having the Golden Palace?
That's a beautiful
And
palace.
now we're here inside the heart of Kyoto, and I know one of the beautiful temples throughout the city. And the first thing that's going to shock a tourist when they come here to Japan is the fact that you need an instruction manual to go to the bathroom here. Look, everywhere else you go in the world, you just sit down and go and flush and walk away. Oh, no. In Japan, it comes with a remote control on the side and 2 words that'll change your life. Heated seat. Oh my God. The heated seats on the toilet here are fantastic. And you'll sit down like, oh, this is so comfy. And you're gonna need that because you're gonna have to figure out is which button do I push to make it flush or make it do whatever these other buttons are. Look, the buttons that are on there, one is a bidet button. So this little thing comes out and shoots water in your bum or on your bum to clean you off. Another little shock would be if you start with high pressure, you'll get a big shock at first. So start with this low pressure and move your way up, okay? There's another button for women, like the frontal cleaning. There's another button that'll be for a blow dryer to blow dry your butt. So it's a hands-free toilet experience. Also, you don't want to have people hear you going to the bathroom? Don't worry, there could be a privacy setting on there that plays music or makes sounds to kind of hide those things. But the thing is, there's also a stop button because if you want the music to stop or the water pressure to stop, cleaning you off, you need to push that button, okay? But it is kind of complicated when you go places.
That is so different. I mean, I've heard of bidets. I knew, obviously, I know what they do. But you have a button to push music to mask the sound of everything else going on? That's...
It doesn't have the translations, so just know the stop button is still that square, but the bidet one, it looks like a butt, okay? It looks like a water fountain with butt, like with going out like this. That'll help you out that way, okay? You can flush the toilet paper when you are here, so that's fine, but it is kind of one of those things when you look at the toilets here going, what do I do? Especially when you see one of the toilets that actually has a sink on top of it, so you wash your hands and that water goes down and fills up the tank for the next flush. So it is quite efficient, okay? Now, the second thing that shocks tourists when they come here is...
so different.
This is very much a cash-based society, and you'll be shocked how hard it is for a foreigner to actually get cash when you are here, because not all the banks will take foreign debit cards to get cash out. So you might ask yourself, well, Mark, then how am I going to pay for stuff? Well, you can pay credit card lots of places. They accept most credit cards. It's no big deal. But getting cash, your options are, one, when you get into the airport, when you fly in, get cash then, because those ATMs will take foreign cards. If you go to the post office, those ATMs there will help you out. But the most convenient way to get money is actually the convenience stores. Yes, a Lawson's or a 7-Eleven, those ATMs, they will take foreign cards, and it is a lifesaver because you need to have cash when you're here. Okay, so just know that. Now, the next thing that's going to shock you when you come here, dealing with those convenience stores, since we're already talking about, is how convenient the convenience stores really are. If you talk to people, they're like, wait, it's a convenience store. It's 7-Eleven. It's soda and beer and some candy. What else could there be?
I've heard this.
Well, here in Japan, the convenience stores work like mini supermarkets. So if you need stuff for shaving, if you need stuff for your phone, if you want to get like the sushi we had for breakfast the other day that we got from Lawson's, one of the convenience stores, was better than any sushi I've had in the U.S. in a few years. Okay, so it's pretty good stuff.
See, I've heard this before. I've seen on TikTok and stuff people say, when you go to Japan, don't skip out on the convenience stores. Don't think it's, below quality kind of food or anything. Just go in there and get what you need to get and have a quick little snack. I've seen that. That's interesting because around here, it's just like, well, you can walk in and get a candy bar, or a really bad hot dog kind of thing.
bakery stuff, hot drinks, cold drinks, hot buns, all kinds of stuff. It really is a great experience. And for a tourist, that's probably going to be your go-to place to get breakfast, okay? And they're usually every 2 or 3 blocks away. Now, the next thing that's going to shock you, if you can't make it the 2 or 3 blocks to get to your convenience stores, is the vending machines here in Japan. Look, vending machines are everywhere. And yes, they sell hot and cold drinks, no big deal, in the same thing. But also, they might sell you school supplies or toys or other things like shirts or other stuff you might want to have here, and the vending machines are all over, so it's really cool. And also you can pay with coins, or sometimes they'll take your Metro card, you can pay with that. There's all kinds of different ways, an app, and the vending machines are all over, so definitely use that to your advantage. But the thing is, you don't want to just eat from a vending machine or a convenience store. You want to go to a restaurant and eat. And that's why the next thing that's going to shock you when you come here is outside the restaurants, the plasticized food. Look, my kids, when they were little, they loved the kitchen we had for them. They'd play with the different foods there and stuff like that. Japan has gone to a whole nother level, because you'll be outside of a restaurant and almost every dish will be out there in plastic form. Actually, pretty realistic plastic form to look at. You're like, what is going on here?
See, I like that. That's really helpful for literally everyone, but it's really helpful for tourists. If you don't speak, the language, or don't quite understand everything that's going on, you can kind of help visualize exactly what it is before you walk in, because at least over here in the US, I don't know what it's like on Japanese menus, but they don't show you pictures of the items. I mean, you'll have here's the most popular item of all these, but they won't show you each individual dish on the menu. So I really like that right there.
And you can actually buy them as souvenirs, okay? We picked up a few for some friends, and you have this plasticized food in front of so many restaurants, which is actually helpful for tourists because the menus a lot of times don't have English or don't have much explanation or don't have pictures. So you might actually go outside and go, I want this, okay? And that leads us into our next shock. And that is, you may not have any clue what the hell you're eating or any idea how to eat it. And that's okay, because the food here is fantastic, but you'll be shocked going, what do I do here? Why is there a raw egg here? How do I cook this? Look, if you don't know how to eat it, it's okay. Ask the waiter or waitress, excuse me, could you, and do your signals, how do I eat this? And they'll be glad to show you. And of course, they'll get a chuckle, you'll get a chuckle, and you have a great experience with it. And the thing is you might be worried, well, if it's a raw egg or if it's something else, or I'm not sure how I'm gonna eat, what if I'm gonna get sick? Look, the next thing that's going to shock you about coming to Japan is how clean it is here. The streets, the public transportation, the homes, the restaurants, the shops. Everywhere you go, you'll be surprised how clean it is here. And that cleanliness goes into the restaurants as well. So you're probably not going to be getting any food poisoning when you are here. So you don't need to worry about that. But the cleanliness, really, you're like, wait, 35 million people in Tokyo, and I can't even get me to keep my room as clean as the streets of Tokyo. Okay, it's crazy like that, all right? I mean, this is dirty because there's leaves down, and that's it. The Japanese are so proud of their country, and they do a great job of keeping it clean, that it's not just the streets, it's also the food and the quality of the food and stuff like that. You'll be shocked how clean it is, where you're like, wow, I don't have to worry about anything here. No, not really. It is really cool. Now, going with that clean side.
I love that. I really love that. I mean, especially out and about in nature. I mean, obviously cities are Tokyo. I mean, 35 million people is absolutely insane. That would be extremely hard to keep clean. If everybody says that it's super clean like that, I love that, but we do not do that at all here in the States. Someone from Tokyo would come over to Philadelphia or LA, and they would walk through and see it and smell it, and they would be shocked. Shocked, absolutely shocked. It's sad.
Side of it, there's also the quiet side of it. Look, you'll be shocked how quiet it is here in Japan. I'm in Kyoto. It's 1.5 million people, one of the biggest tourist spots in the entire country, and it's quiet. You can go through Tokyo with 35 million people and find areas where it's quiet. You're like, how is it so quiet? What's going on here? Look, the people here are rather quiet in general, but the thing is, it's not just the people, it's also the cars and other things. It's a very quiet environment here, and you're just kind of shocked just how quiet it is. Sometimes it's almost disturbingly quiet how quiet it is. But the thing is, you don't have to worry about that silence, because the next thing that shocks tourists when they come here is how safe Japan is. It is one of the safest countries in the world to visit, and for me, the best part about this trip is I got to relax. I didn't have to stress out about any kind of safety issues when I came here, and that's what's so nice. You could lose your wallet, they're going to turn your wallet into your hotel with all the cash in and say, sorry, it took us so long to get there. That is how safe it is here, and that's one of the things that really shocks tourists, is when you travel around, you're always worried, where do I put my wallet, where do I have my things? You don't have to worry about that really here in Japan. Now, obviously, when you're in busy spots, you might want to take care, of course. But in general, it's insanely safe when you come here, which makes it awesome for a tourist. But the thing is, it might make a great place for you to come, but there's one thing you might be shocked that you might not like when you come here, and that's how tight and how small everything is. Look, if you're a huskier fellow like myself, you might have some issues here in Japan. Now, not a lot, but in general, it's a very tight quarters kind of place. Hotels, they're going to be small. Bathrooms are going to be small. Showers are going to be small. Apartments are going to be small because there's a lot of people in these small islands, and you're going to be kind of feeling a little claustrophobic. And that does shock some tourists when they're like, I'm on the metro during rush hour in Tokyo, and it's all like this. Yes. And when you're waiting in line with 600 people in front of you to take the next metro or take a bus or something like that, that's just the way it is. And it can be a little overwhelming for some tourists. So just be ready for the small space and kind of the claustrophobic nature with all these people here. And that does shock.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but how do I say this without coming across rude? Isn't being like skinny, I mean, not like me. I mean, I'm chunky. Is it being skinny like what's the word I'm looking for? Considered attractive. You know what I mean? It's like it's the body norm for the Japanese culture. I might be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. But I've always been told that what's going on there. I've always been told that Japanese people, they're skinny. Like that's just what they are. That's their beauty standards. That's what I was looking for. Beauty standard.
Shock people, but it is part of the great thing. And what's cool with all these people and all these things, it may seem like, oh, that's going to be a long line, but they're super efficient when you're here. So the lines do go actually pretty quickly. And there are people that do help you stay on the right side of the road and stay on the right side of the walkways and stuff like that, and help you get in and out of the metros and the trains and the buses. So that really helps. And the thing is, those tight spaces and very small living quarters might kind of explain the love hotels you'll see around town. Yes, if you're traveling and you're looking for a interesting night alone with your special someone, well, there's love hotels here you can go to. Not a normal hotel. It's kind of like those hourly rate places, but you can get it with a theme, okay? So just FYI for that one. Now, there are some other smaller shocks you will see here. Is one, you'll see all these signs saying no smoking on the streets. Yes, you can get fined for smoking on the streets here. Also, you might be shocked to know that it's not cool to eat while you're walking, so make sure you stop, sit down and eat that way. Don't walk and eat or walk and drink. Totally not cool. Really? Another shock that you might not like or you might seem strange is how uncool and unpolite or impolite it is to sneeze or blow your nose in public. We were at the zoo in Tokyo and this girl was next to us and her face goes, and you could tell she was about to sneeze and she covered her nose and ran out of the zoo so she didn't sneeze in front of her friends, okay? So just have an FYI for that one.
That I don't hate that. I don't, and the walking while eating is a little different. I guess. I mean, I guess my question would be, what would be the difference of, eating it while you're walking or just kind of stepping over to the side and eating it? You know what I mean? So that's my only question on that. But I don't hate the not wanting to sneeze in public because a lot of people don't know how to, cover their mouth when they sneeze. So that's different.
Another thing that might shock you when you come here is your waiter will bring you your bill, but he won't take your money. Look, in Japan, you don't pay your waiter. You don't tip your waiter either. What you do is when you're done eating, you take your bill up to the cashier that's at the door when you're walking out, and you pay there. So don't be shocked if they don't take your money. They just point up to the front. You go up there and pay there, okay? Now, another thing that might shock you is when you look on your tourist map and you're looking for temples like this to go see, and there's different signs, the cross for the church and the municipal building, and then you'll see a swastika. And my son, my 11-year-old son, he saw this. He goes, Dad, why is there a Nazi symbol here? Look, it's not a Nazi symbol. It's a good luck charm. It's a sign of hope and good luck and good fortune. And people get kind of shocked when they see that. And look, it's not Nazi stuff. That's just a symbol they have here, okay? And kind of going along with those shocks, you see, because you look on your map, you see so many of them, is how many temples there are here. And you might actually get temple burnout in some way. Is because all throughout the country, you have beautiful temples like this. This temple is just an everyday temple. This isn't one of the fancy 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites here in Kyoto. I'm filming here because, look, there's no tourists around. This is just another random temple, and you have these fantastic temples all throughout the country, palaces and fortresses and stuff like that are just amazing to see. So make sure you take the time to go and explore them, and believe me, there might be a small one near your hotel or big ones outside of towns or in the mountains. take the time to go explore. And talking about those mountains, the next thing that shocks people when they come here is the majestic beauty of the landscape in Japan. Yes, when you take that train from Tokyo to Kyoto, you'll turn and see Mount Fuji, and you're like, oh my God, it's Mount Fuji. It's just like in the pictures. Yes, it is so cool to see that. But it's not just Mount Fuji. It's walking through the bamboo forest, seeing the leaves change. We're here in the fall, watching the leaves change. It's gorgeous. We're coming in the springtime when cherry blossoms are blooming. Oh my God, it is just gorgeous because Japan has the history and the culture and the world culture and amazing artwork, but also it has the natural beauty and natural artwork that you're going to see. And these two things combined makes it a fantastic place for tourists to go. Another thing that might shock you when you come here is when you go to the onsen or the spas when you come here. Now, first thing that might shock you is, yes, you have to go au natural, naked when you go into those. Now, they're split sexes, male, female, okay? But what might shock you is they give you two towels, a big towel and a little towel. And you think, oh, I'll take the big towel in when I go in to keep my privacy and stuff like that. Oh, no. That one's for later. You take the little towel with you. You think, oh, well, I guess I'll just hold it here and cover my bits. Oh, no. That's au natural as well. That towel is actually for your head, okay? So don't be shocked about being naked with your Japanese friends, because it's just another way you're going to have a good time with them when you are here. And that leads us into the last thing you're going to love, and that is the Japanese people. They're friendly, they're helpful, they're kind. They'll do what they can to help you and show you the right way, even if they don't speak English. And that's one of the things. You'll be shocked how little English is actually spoken here in Japan, how few English menus are out there, even in tourist spots. But the people will work with you to help, and that's what's cool about those plasticized foods, because now you can point and say, no, English doesn't matter. I can point at what I want. And that's really a fun thing. But honestly, the Japanese people have been so wonderful to us, showing us around, telling us where to go, or at least pointing us in the right direction, all kinds of stuff, that really makes you really fall in love with Japan when you do come here. I do hope you will come. It is an amazing country, from the temples, the mountainside, to the food, which is fantastic. Oh, my goodness. And all these shocks, they're all fun times and fun stuff, and help you enjoy Japan when you do come here. If you want to learn more, we have we have a video on the don'ts of coming to Japan, a lot of the cultural faux pas you want to avoid, 5 things you love and hate about coming here to Kyoto. If you need to get a visa, maybe you want to know countries with visas, sure. We have videos and topics all like that on our website at waltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we put out travel videos like this every Wednesday and Saturday. So if you do like travel videos like that, please subscribe so you get videos and educational stuff from all over the world, because we try to help people with honest travel advice so you can travel better.
As always, Walter does a great job with his videos, and I just got to say that I was shocked by most of these. I love it. I love the, what's the word it's like they just have a genuine respect for their culture, their heritage, their land, their people. And he says their people are really nice. I've seen some TikToks of people visiting Japan saying, hey, they're super, super nice people. They always try to help you, with whatever you may need, just like Walter here said. So I really enjoyed that video. Hopefully you guys did as well. Japan just seems to get better and better for me. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I never really was huge into just Asian culture in general, just because it was intimidating to me. It was just so different than what I'm used to. But I've done a couple, this would be the second video here on Japan, and just learning about it through other forms, just, little odd bits and pieces here and there. I'm really loving it. It seems like a wonderful country full of awesome people and just amazing history and culture. So I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are as well. And if you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel. It's free for you. It helps me out tremendously. And other than that, thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.